Hey guys, it's Jared from Razel's Revenge Gaming, giving you a weekly video. I know I spaced out last week. If you don't follow me on like Twitter or Facebook or whatever, I had the flu. So yeah, go me. Um, Still kind of getting over it a little bit. Throat's a little scratchy, all that. So I may or may not cough, and I apologize ahead of time. Um, Gonna give you the typical weekly rundown of some stuff that I found that I thought you guys might find interesting. Um, there weren't a lot of rumors this week or this past week, whatever you want to call it. I tried to kind of condense both weeks into one. Just one huge major rumor though, and it involved the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, and I'll save that for the end of the video because that's usually where I put the rumors section. Um, Other than that, just a couple of things that like I said, I found interesting. And as always, I do this to give you guys like bullet points on what's going on out there. And this is not meant to be like a definitive, oh my God, it's cut and dry thing. Um, if you enjoy video games or, news and all that good stuff about the video game industry, I basically do this to, like I said, give you bullet points to strike your interest and for you to go check it out if you want to learn more about it. Um, as always, let's get started, I suppose. With We have some Mortal Kombat 11 news. Apparently, Ed Boon posted on Twitter the other day that Spawn is confirmed to be a character for Mortal Kombat 11. So look forward to that if you play Mortal Kombat 11 and like Spawn, which I'm pretty sure most people do who play Mortal Kombat, and you want to wreck some face and beat some ass with Spawn, your time has come. Next, we'll go with Sony publishing a new patent for their PSVR 2. It is a patent for finger tracking, so I guess they're going to do away with the stupid little motion tracking wand and actually get like a handheld um, remote control for it, kind of like the Oculus and what is it, the Valve Index. So that's kind of cool. I always thought those weird little wavy controllers were a bit, I don't know, dumb. But what do I know? I don't have one. Everyone that I have talked to who has a PSVR, they like it. And if this patent is actually going to be part of the PSVR 2, then maybe it'll be more than worth picking up when they put out the PS5 with the inevitable PS5 PSVR 2 bundle that they're going to do at some point in time, I'm sure. So if you're like me and you kind of like were hesitant on the PSVR just because of the hardware, that was my main issue with it, was that the hardware seemed like it was so limiting to the actual VR experience itself, because you can only do so much with software and firmware updates. If you were hesitant because you thought that it would just be like a cut rate experience, then maybe next generation with the PS5 and the PSVR 2, maybe you'll want to dip your toes into it and give it a whirl, especially since they're going to supposedly, if they follow through with the patent, have a better controller for it. So keep that in mind. Um, Also, there's a game that a lot of people haven't really heard about, or well, maybe you have. I don't really know. I haven't heard too much about it. I knew it existed, but I never played it. It's a game called Dangerous Driving. It's like Burnout, but not. It's actually coming to the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC sometime this holiday season. It's going to be like open world, all that good stuff, like Burnout. So look forward to that during the holidays if you are missing Burnout and really need your Burnout fix. Dangerous Driving is supposed to be like its spiritual successor, so should be close enough. Rainbow Six news. Rainbow Six Siege is, surprise, going to be on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Now, the big surprise about this is when it does launch, they're aiming for it to be, or for Rainbow Six to be like a launch title on the next gen games. They're also trying to push for like cross gen crossplay, which means like if you have the PS5, you'll be able to play with the PS4 people, or if you have the Xbox Series X, you'll be able to play with the Xbox One people, stuff like that. There is still no real talk about like cross-platform as far as Xbox versus PlayStation, and the console versus PC thing will probably never happen as far as they're concerned, just because of all the advantages that PC has over console. So best case scenario, Rainbow Six players get console versus console crossplay stuff, but probably never going to be PC, which is completely understandable. No big deal there because I think everyone would prefer that anyways. We have, I don't know if you guys knew about Biomutant, but when it was announced, maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, somewhere around there, it looked really cool. For those of you that don't know what Biomutant is, it looks like an action RPG where you actually can like piece together your hero from body parts or whatever, hence the name, I guess, like Biomutant, but wings to make the dude fly or whatever. But after the announcement, it just kind of like went dark like crickets. So a couple of days ago, I think it was, Experiment 101, which is the studio or developer behind Biomutant, put out a tweet being like, hey, it's still in development. We haven't forgotten about it. It's not canceled. We're working our asses off on it. It's just, we don't have a release date for it yet because we don't feel that it's ready as a studio. And when we feel that it's ready as a studio, we'll give you a release date, which is fine. I have no problems with them coming out and being like, we're still working on it. Don't hate us, but we don't have a release date yet, but it's still here. It's not canceled. So I'd much rather them do that than just try to shove that shit out the door. And I don't know, we have like a No Man's Sky fiasco all over again, where the final product that you get is complete and total crap, and it takes them 2 or 3 years of patches and updates to actually give you the game that you were meant to have at launch. So there's that. Again, if you don't know what Biomutant is, look it up. It looks really cool. Should be something that's appealing to a lot of different kind of people, I suppose. But definitely look it up, see if it's your cup of tea. If it is, if it isn't, whatever. If it is, keep tabs on it like I am. We have next in EA news, they dissolved Ghost Games, which were responsible for the last three Need for Speeds. I guess it just wasn't hitting with the fan base, which is not surprising. Like the last two that I played that were worth a shit was Need for Speed Underground 2 and the original Most Wanted, like back on the 360. That new Most Wanted they put out, I didn't like it at all. But anyways, Ghost Games dissolves, and they are definitely losing 30 spots, like just completely out the door. Bye. The rest are going to be forming a studio in EA, which is going to be more like an engineering hub that's going to help development and everything like throughout the entire company. The remaining people are going to be called EA Gothenburg, I suppose is the way you pronounce that. But as far as that goes, Need for Speed franchise is going back to Criterion, which is cool because at least maybe we'll get a decent Need for Speed now. I'm really hoping so. As much as I bitched about remakes in a couple other videos, I would not bitch about it, and I would happily just throw my money in their face if they gave me a remaster or a remake of Need for Speed Underground 2, or even, like a legitimate remaster of the original Most Wanted. Would shut up, give money, that's it. So there's that. On the Call of Duty front, we have someone who leaked um, their upcoming Battle Royale mode, which is going to be early in March, supposedly. It's going to be like a standalone game as well, so it's kind of meant to just suck new players into the franchise and hopefully, sell more of the base game and the season passes. Look forward to that to be March 10th is what I read, but it's not like a set in stone date. It's just they usually throw out their updates on Tuesdays, and that's the earliest Tuesday in March, I believe, is March 10th. So that's probably going to be when it hits. If not, then maybe the following Tuesday on that, which wouldn't really be early March. It'd be like mid-March, but whatever. Anything can happen. So I guess if you're a Call of Duty fan, look forward to that for the Battle Royale mode and everything. Metro Exodus is finally on Steam now after its year of exclusivity on the Epic Store. So if for whatever reason you were holding out on playing Metro Exodus because of, your standards and all that, which, go for it, I understand. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything kind of thing. But, you can finally play Metro on Steam now. So get going. It's a great game. Highly, highly suggested. Let's see. Yeah, okay. There's two more little news pieces before I get to the rumor about the, Breath of the Wild 2 thing. So here we go. They're really small. Quantic Dreams, the people behind Detroit Become Human, and, I want to say Quantum Break, but I'm not really 100% on that one. They are now officially, finally able to self-publish their works. Now, if you watch one of my other videos, I mentioned this earlier in one of those that it's because they took a massive cash infusion from our buddies Tencent. Now, Tencent was just supposed to throw cash at them, call it a day, and let them do their thing. However, I don't really know if that's going to be the case. We'll see in the, upcoming months and everything when they start to actually make their game and go into the publishing and all that good stuff. We'll see if Tencent has any kind of influence on them whatsoever. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's really cool that, Quantic Dreams is being able to do their self-publishing. At the same time, it could blow up in their faces because they took money from the devil, basically. So, yeah. Anywho, last bit of news. The developers, Concerned Ape, the dude behind Stardew Valley, he confirmed on Twitter that he's working on 2 new games, and they are both intertwined with Stardew Valley, but that one of them is definitely not a farming simulator or whatever like Stardew Valley is, and the other one he has no idea about. He just knows there's going to be 2 new games. And so far, that one of them isn't a farming simulator, but that they are both tied into the Stardew Valley universe somehow. He basically wants everyone to curb their enthusiasm over it, which is completely expected because I don't know. That's probably a lot of pressure for that guy. I don't think he expected Stardew Valley to be the level of success that it was, and it's probably a lot of pressure to try to live up to that hype and expectation that he has with Stardew Valley. So I think if everyone just kind of gives him breathing room, he'll put out another top-notch product, which is, again, fine by me. Take all the time you need. Give me something good, not trash. So yeah, that's it for the news that I could find, at least for now. There was some other stuff and everything, but I didn't think it was really worth mentioning. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, if any of that stuff sparks your interest, please, by all means, investigate yourself. I'm just here to give you little, like I said, bullet points and some news and everything. I don't want to, force you to, think a specific way or whatever. So, Anywho, I'll shut up about that, and I'll go on to the rumors, which is just the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Um, Now, this is just rumors, leaks. Well, not even. I don't even want to say like leak. It's just straight out rumors. Um, so take it with a grain of salt. Probably shouldn't put too much into any of this, but anyways, here it goes. All right, so the new title is actually supposed to be The Legend of Zelda: Bond of the Triforce. That's a really cool title. I like that. Um, you're supposed to be able to switch between Link and Zelda in dungeons only. Um, in the actual open world, you're controlling Link, but Zelda is going to be like a support character. She's supposed to be able to control nature, like make it stop raining and stuff like that. So that should add a little interesting twist on just the game as a whole. Um, you are supposed to be able to like ride bears and stuff like that. Like animals are supposed to play a way bigger role in this one versus just Breath of the Wild. There's going to be there's a magic gauge which is supposed to be for Zelda's abilities, in the open world and in the dungeons. I don't think Link has a magic gauge, from what I could tell through these little rumors and hearsays. Um, the game takes place immediately after Breath of Wild. So it's going to be like immediately after the game when Link and Zelda are attempting to rebuild Hyrule. And another kind of curveball is that Ganon is not going to be the main boss. He's supposedly just not in the game, and it's going to be the guy from the Twilight Princess, his aunt, Zant, whatever you want to call him. He's supposed to be the main boss evil dude now, so that's kind of weird, but I guess cool. I mean, they'll probably end up bringing back Ganon at some point in time, but anywho, uh, obviously there's new enemies that's gonna be in the game. I mean, that's got a 3-year-old could have guessed that one. There's going to be new items as well. Same thing, new game, new items as expected. Something that was suggested was that there's going to be a slingshot and like a plow-looking weapon that's supposed to help Link like attack huge groups of enemies and just make it easier to deal, like crowd control, I suppose. So, that's about all I've got with that rumor there. Again, it's a rumor. Don't take it serious. Grain of salt. May or may not actually be a thing. I believe this year's E3 we're supposed to get like concrete evidence on the new Breath of the Wild. So, you guys can wait until then. You'll have your concrete evidence on it. That pretty much does it for the weekly rundown. I just wanted to kind of point out the obvious as well, that I'm sitting on the floor of my office because I got a new PC when I was sick, and I basically just set it up, turned it on to make sure that it worked. Nothing is actually set up right now. I'm just using the webcam with the speaker on the webcam. So, yeah, hopefully by next week I'll have everything properly set up again. Probably going to be moving my office from upstairs to down the basement at some point in time. So there'll be another jumbling to look around for. And I mean, as always, I appreciate you guys for subscribing and listening to me drone on about random bullshit in the gaming universe. It really does mean a lot to me. I also would like to remind you to go and follow me on, my other social media accounts, my Twitter, my Minds, my Facebook. If you're seeing this video for the first time, hit that subscribe button, click the bell if you want to. Would prefer you did, because, the more interactions and views I get, the more I grow, and, I kind of want that. And I guess I'll leave it at that. If you guys know of anything or want to know my opinion on anything, if you want to like collaborate and do a podcast or whatever, I mean, let me know. We can figure something out. Um, I just really want to kind of get this thing off the ground and some traction because I've been working on this for roughly a year now, and I'm hoping 2020 is going to be the year I can make some decent moves. So, anyways, I think I've said everything I needed to say. So, you guys have a good one. Enjoy your work week. Hope it's safe and everything. And if you guys want to chat or anything like that, like I said, find me on Twitter. You can hit me up on Facebook. Email me, razelsrevengegaming@gmail.com. Visit the website. All the links are on there. So feel free to, share it around. And I would greatly appreciate it. Honestly, word of mouth is pretty badass for really small channels like mine. It's about the only way that I see any kind of traction. So, anyways, I'm out this time. You guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye bye.